Good morning, guys. This is me, Rusty 78609, Central Texas, USA. Another busy day today. I mean, here in Central Texas, it is 10:01 a.m. Central Standard Time. This is November the 1st, 1 week from Election Day. Anyway, it's November the 1st, 2016. Temperature right now is 69 top down degrees in Central Texas. And I've got another busy day. I'm telling you, I got to go to the grocery store and get bananas. It's tough, isn't it? But I'm able to handle this stress. I'm going to try to clean my windshield right now, probably make it worse. How about that? So, did any of you guys watch Wag the Dog? No. The movie Wag the Dog, watch it. You'll enjoy it. Very pertinent, very relevant to what's going on today. Robert De Niro, Dustin Hoffman, two great actors. You'll enjoy it. Anyway, got a lot of comments. Read them this morning. There was one comment that I'll follow up on with another video. A viewer commented that there is another micro RV available that I've never heard of. And I think it's called My Roll. It's two words, My Roll, but she's got a link on her comment to a YouTube video. I watched the YouTube video, very interesting. And basically what it is a trailer you can use to haul stuff in, that's enclosed, but not a big one. Looks like it's about maybe 8 feet long. The good thing about it, it's got 55-inch interior clearance, which is not perfect, but it's better than some of the other micros, like little guy tags and stuff, and Habit stuff. Anyway, I can't remember all their names, but it's doable. What it is, the guy just took I'm going to call it a trailer, but it's enclosed. Looks pretty neat. And he added an air conditioner and some other things at the front. And it looks like a bed, like a futon bed, the thing that you fold up. I mean, you can fold it into a couch and then it folds out into a bed. Looks very doable. It's got, of course, the rear doors that open out, and then it's got a side door that you can enter and exit from, which is pretty interesting. It's got a single axle and could be pulled, it appears. Again, I don't have the specs on it yet because I couldn't find their webpage. They may not have one. But I will do a little more research on that and update you in the very near future. But again, I'm here in Central Texas. This is Park Road 4. It is close to Inks Lake State Park. It is also close to Longhorn Caverns State Park. And this is the road that I live off of. And this goes over and intersects Highway 281, which runs north and south from San Antonio north and so forth. And that's the one I'm going to get on to go to the grocery store HEB in Marble Falls, which I thought was one of the prettiest stores in the world till I saw the Lowe's grocery store in Alamogordo, New Mexico, which is unfreaking believable. I mean, it was beautiful. I just thought it was a neat place. If you're ever in Alamogordo, go to 10th Street and go down to Lowe's, Lowes grocery store. You'll be very impressed. You're not going to be too impressed with their prices, but you'll be impressed with the way the store looks. Anyway, I got my green tea. I got me some dark chocolate almonds. Life ain't bad. And I ain't got a damn thing to do, and that's why I'm doing this video. So, got a comment from a viewer that's being transferred to the granite plant in Marble Falls. Coming to Central Texas, you'll enjoy it. I hope. It's a pretty place. The only thing is, in the summers, it gets hot. I was going to say a little hot, but no, it gets hot. Anytime it's over 100 degrees for 60 days in a row. Better than Phoenix, Arizona, and better than Las Vegas, Nevada, but still hot. So, the purpose of this video is to give me something to do. Woo. I think I've got a wine tasting event on Friday. For those of you that are new to this channel, I do wine tasting events every now and then. I go camping in a Prius. I have full-time RV for 23 years. I pulled a travel trailer all over the western U.S. It was all right. But, believe me, all that glitters is not gold. And for those of you that are full-time RVers or van campers or whatever, you know what I'm talking about, because finding a good campsite is not easy, and there's all kind of things to do. It's changing all the time. Some people can deal with that. Some people like things a little more predictable. I did it for a long time. And some days it was just totally ass frustrating. I mean, you'd get to a campground or wherever you were going to spend the night or a week, and find out that you had a reserved space, and it was between two RVs. You had just enough space to open your door to get out of your RV. Sometimes they really pack them in, and I don't like those. But, and again, it's then you've got the tank, water, and dumping your tanks, and keeping them clean. Sometimes you get a roof leak. But all in all, it was okay. But again, all that glitters is not gold. It's not the panacea that some people think it is. It's not the all good all the time Little House on the Prairie syndrome, or like some people took up sailing. They thought that'd be just really beautiful, be out in the beautiful blue ocean. Well, it is, until you run up on a squall that blows your sailboat over on the side and you drown. But anyway, what else is going on? Not much. Of course, the election is happening. And I think, to me, I've been through a lot of them. I can't remember. It seems like the last, let's see, I guess it was Bush beat Gore, and they had all the deals contested in Florida. They ended up in the Supreme Court. I think that's where all the bullshit really started. Because somebody found out, well, wait a minute, we don't have to worry about counting the damn vote. We'll just shoot it up to the Supreme Court and they'll rule on it, and that'll be the end of that crap. A Russian told me one time at the Russian embassy in Mongolia, Ulaanbaatar, I was in the U.S. Peace Corps. He told me in the United States it didn't matter how you voted, it just mattered who counted the votes. Pretty perceptive coming from a Russo, but it's true. We've had elections in Texas that were so rigged, it was ridiculous. I mean, they had proof that over 500 dead people voted. Kind of hard to do. I mean, Well, if you listen to the media, they have you believing that that can happen. Isn't that terrible too? The news media is just, in this election, this is probably the first time that they've really been exposed to this extent for their corruption by both sides. Both sides. This is Highway 281. Big sign over there. It says Trump Pence. You don't see any Hillary Dillery signs in Texas. At least I haven't. In fact, the main thing, I didn't see any in New Mexico on my camping trip last week. All the signs I saw, which weren't many, were Trump Pence. Interesting. But this is Highway 281. I'm headed south, going to Marble Falls. I was going to go to Walmart, and it occurred to me that I don't need anything from Walmart. And you know, I notice whenever I'm doing these wine tasting events, there's a lot of old retired people like me. They just go to the grocery store to have something to do. They just walk around and they'll pick up a can of pork and beans. They're just looking for something to kill time, just to get out of the house, because they don't want to watch TV. Now, let me ask you this. I know nobody's going to watch this damn video anyway, but, you know, if you had done this video that I've done just now, which is totally rambling BS, what kind of title would you put on it? See, you always have to put a title on it. Sometimes I have a hard time coming up with one. I mean, when you talk about 40 different things in one video, how you put a label on it? Rambling bullshit? I mean, goddamn. And first of all, I ask myself all the time, how did I get into doing this? And I have to tell you, I truly believe in evolution now, because this just evolved over a period of time. No sense of direction, no plan. I mean, the reason it's Rusty 78609 as opposed to something a little more specific is because I had no idea what kind of videos I was going to do, and I still don't, and I don't care. But at least it gives you people that don't live in Texas, or you live in different parts of the world, it gives you a view of life in Central Texas from the point of view of an old man. I'm old, old is old. I'm 71. I remember one time I was doing a tasting event, and I asked this little old kid I think he was about 7 years old, little boy. And I said, son, how old is old? He thought for a second, he said 9. But see, out of the babes' mouths comes the truth, and the unvarnished truth. Don't ever ask a child a question unless you want the truth, because they haven't quite learned the game yet, how to lie. But I'm Rusty 78609, age 71, born July the 14th, 1945, in the small town of Kennedy, Texas. We lived on a farm and raised back then. Our first crop I remember was flax. Of course, we had flax, cotton, corn, and maize. Of course, maize can be called it's corn in some places, but in our area it was a little grain about the size of can't even describe, a BB. A little grain called maize, we raised that. Flax went away in the 50s, middle 50s, was replaced by synthetic, because they used the oil from the flax. And of course, cotton, you have to do it on such a large scale that you have to irrigate to make money now. And got to be big business. But I remember, I'll tell you this, I've probably said it before, I probably repeat myself a lot, but old people do that. I remember there was a young man that came to my father one time, and they were talking about him going into he wanted to be a farmer, and he was going to get married. And he asked my dad, he asked him, he said, how much land do you think a man would need to make a living for a family? And Daddy thought for a minute, did some mental calculations. He said, well, he said, to start, you probably could get by on 80 acres. And now think about that. Of course, that was in the 1950s. But a guy could actually make a living for a family on 80 acres of land. Now we owned about, I don't remember exactly how much. It started off, we owned about 200 and some acres, and then we leased on shares about 1,200 more acres. And the way that worked was the landowner got 1/4 of the proceeds if a crop was made. So that kind of balanced the risk, because there were years that you didn't make a crop at all. I can remember years we plowed the flax back into the ground. It didn't even try to harvest it. That's a total loss. And the way we lived then, Daddy would borrow from the bank, or they'd advance him money for the next year, and then when he finally made a crop, he'd pay him off. And we start all over, just a vicious cycle. And I know you wanted to know all this crap. Gasoline today up here in Marble Falls, Texas, is $1.86 a gallon for unleaded regular. Not bad, I guess. Anyway, I'm going to end this video. I don't know why. I know it's been exciting. If this one doesn't go viral, none of them will. This one has got to go viral. This is it. This is my big shot. It's kind of like getting that first oil well. About time. I mean, I can just see it on the news tonight. Rusty 78609 viral video, 7 billion views. Hell, with 7 billion views, you still probably wouldn't make $200. Shit, you don't make crap out of YouTube. Some people do, but it's mostly an illusion. Mostly an illusion, because they get 40% of your revenue right off the top. You hear me? 40%. But without them, you don't have anything. Well, you don't have a way to communicate. So, anyway, I don't know what I'm going to call this video. I probably could call it a lot of things. It'd all be true. But anyway, you guys have a great day. I'm working on it. Thumbs up. Carpe diem. Adios. Bye-bye. Buy American made. Drink plenty of water. Take deep breaths and walk for exercise. You'll be fine. Bye-bye.